Welcome to What's Up with Pastor Chuck, and this is actually, to me anyway, a special What's Up Christmas edition. So we have all the background behind us, and we're able to get together, and we're going to talk Christmas. If you don't love Christmas, sorry, we're going to talk Christmas. But I have, my special guest is my wife, Pam.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you here. Actually, we've been counting down the days to getting you here. Not that I don't see her all the time. I mean, I actually see her like every day.
I'm glad you see me every day.
But when we talk Christmas tradition, one of my favorite early Christmas traditions with you was mistletoe. So all of you are going, you guys are old. You shouldn't be talking about that. But did I use it on you a lot in the early days?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. You put it in places I didn't even know. I didn't even know about mistletoe until I met you.
Yeah, that's super fun. That really is. And you know what? By the way, before we dive into Christmas more, I want to talk about something that you and I love. And that is that Dallas Jenkins is going to be on a special podcast on Friday that I cannot wait for all of you to see and be a part of. And it's on Friday live at 5 o'clock, and then it'll be on demand right after that. If you don't know who Dallas is the creator and the writer and the director, actually one of the writers now. They have a team of writers for a series you and I love called The Chosen.
Yes, I love the series. It's so engaging and so different than any of the other Jesus movies that I've seen. And I just love it because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and you know what's wild is obviously being a Christian, we love it. I believe it's so good even if you weren't a Christian.
Yeah.
The acting's amazing. The stories are incredible.
The story's so good.
Yeah, the guy who plays Nicodemus isn't a believer. He was captivated by it so much that he wanted to be in it. He's one of the more famous stars in it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really cool. Our grandkids were on the edge of their seat binge watching it.
Every night with us when they were here in the summer.
Yeah. So I'm saying, you guys, it is incredible. Get ready for this. What Dallas is doing in season 2, he's going to give us more than hints on what's coming.
Yay.
And so is that exciting or what?
I can't wait.
And then Dallas also gave us permission to use a film he did called The Shepherd, and it's the premiere part of our Christmas story that we're presenting this weekend. So I don't know when you're watching this, but it'll be on our Sunday our Sunday sermon. It's kind of a podcast. You can find it on YouTube, on Anchor, on all those things. But on Anchor, you can't see. So it'll still be good. But anyway, on the patio, so it's going to be an incredible way, I think, to get into the Christmas message, the Christmas feeling together. And a lot of people are into Christmas this year more than any other year. So, for instance, Home Depot is pretty much sold out of all their Christmas stuff. Why? People are staying at home and decorating more, cooking more, doing more. And Christmas, Christmas made a comeback, is what I'd say. Pam, you got something that you've wanted for a long time.
For a very long time. Many, many, many years I have wanted this. And I got it. The Disney train set. The Christmas train set.
Am I angling it correctly, you guys?
Yeah. And it's never, ever, ever on sale. And it's on sale right now. So I bought it.
And Lisa Mitchison bought one.
And Belinda.
Yeah.
We all bought one because they were all on sale.
So all for my grandkids, if you're watching, you don't get one. Grammy Pammy stole your gift.
Grammy has it.
But you know what is Christmas is to me extra special this year because we've been celebrating Advent as a church family every day. By the way, today's Stephen McKinley. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go to the Crossroads Facebook or Crossroads Instagram. And Stephen blew us away today with what he shared. And you know what? I just want you guys to hear. Matter of fact, he said these words. He said, "Let's obey and put God on display." And that is actually a very Christmas message. Let's obey and we'll put God on display. And it becomes pretty amazing. So that's good. But what we want to do right now is we want to talk about Christmas together. It's my favorite holiday. It's, I think, your favorite, right?
Now it is. I think when the kids were little, it was probably Valentine's Day. But Now it's totally Christmas.
Yeah, for a long time, I know it was Valentine's
It
Day.
was.
Yeah, and then we had mistletoe on Valentine's. No. Just have a lot of mistletoe around
fake
our house.
mistletoe, because that would be really bad.
But we've been able to celebrate Christmas in different stages of life, from being a dating couple to
Yeah.
an engaged couple to
Yeah.
a married couple, young married couple, which, by the way, was different.
It is.
And then also when we had children, small, young, and older, empty nest Christmas.
Empty nest, yeah.
And now grandkid Christmas, and then because of COVID, empty nest Christmas again.
Just you and me.
Yeah. So let's think about when you think about Christmas, what do you remember most about it?
About ours, I honestly, the Christmas Eve nights, church, worshiping Jesus, singing happy birthday to Jesus, and just being together as our family and as a church family. It felt like all one. It's just my favorite. I just love it.
And it's been consistent. That's the one thing that's remained consistent
is.
in all those stages is celebrating Christmas Eve and
It
worshiping
is.
the Lord as the church family.
It is. Every year, even from day one, when we started going out even, Christmas Eve was our Christmas. And just was so special. Just so special. I love it.
Yeah. So what I would say is this, do you believe, I would say it's made our marriage better, our relationship better, that we've always had Christmas Eve together?
Oh, yeah. I think so. We worship Jesus together. I mean, that's the whole point of Christmas anyway. And I think that just brings the focus when it's Christmas Eve and we're at church together. And as a family, hopefully our boys will always treasure those moments too, because it's family. That was our family.
Yeah, probably a real shocker for me with our oldest son, Rich, who's not walking with the Lord. And he's honestly, we love Rich to death.
Oh, yes.
But at one point, I remember he said something to me that blew my mind. He said if he was going to go to church anytime by his choosing, it would be Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, because it was so memorable to him and meant so
Yeah.
much. And even one Christmas Eve, apart from us, as an atheist, he went to, at least he
Yeah.
said he was going to go. I don't know if he made it, but he said he
Yeah.
was going to go.
Yeah. Christmas Eve.
But atheists. No, I'm kidding. Actually, we know atheists.
We do.
So I don't know what that means, but we do know more than one. Yeah. So, but here's the thing about it. When you think of Christmas Eve, I know there's one part of the Christmas Eve service you love the most.
The candles. The candles are my favorite. We light them together, down the row, and it's just fun seeing the room light up. But I think my favorite is watching the kids hold the candles. They're so excited to hold fire.
Yeah.
And then it comes to go blow them out. And as I'm watching the kids don't want to blow them out.
Yeah, we've tried all sorts of tricks around here to get them to
Yeah.
blow them out, but a lot of the kids are like, nope,
don't
not
want to.
going down.
Keeping it.
Yeah. You know what is, for me, it's really, really powerful because obviously Jesus is the light of the world. He came to be
Yeah.
the light of our life. And so most of the time we sing Oh Holy Night as we light them, not all the time, but most of the time. Yeah. And I know you get emotional.
I do, because that's my all-time favorite song. I love that song. And I even do art pieces with it because I love it so much. And it's emotional to me because I remember and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that God sent Jesus as a baby to be like us.
Oh, yeah,
So.
yeah. I honestly, because I have a really good memory overall. I mean, you would.
I know.
Would you agree?
I have to agree because I do not.
Yeah. I remember how beautiful you were when we first met, and you are today too. I think you're gorgeous. By the way, I think she's gorgeous, and I still want mistletoe. But how beautiful you were when we first met. But I remember standing, and you had that long, long brown hair, and you had your candle lit, and you're a brand new believer, and and just what it was like. We were just not even engaged yet, worshiping the Lord together.
Yeah.
And then we got engaged, and I remember Christmas Eve, like I thought she's going to be mine one day, and then married. But I remember you holding those candles. I mean, it's etched in my mind. It became so special.
Yeah, and it's so, I guess it's symbolic that Jesus is the light of the world and he came and we're celebrating him, but also for us, because to me it's romantic as well. I really, really love that we can do this together on Christmas Eve. And I'm going to say the culmination of the Christmas season for me. So I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to go behind the scenes right now. We get ready for Christmas behind the scenes. Tim Roberts is married to Kathy Roberts, and Kathy asked the question, are we going to have candles at our 2 p.m. Christmas service? And Tim tried to tell her no. And Kathy stood her ground saying we should. And Tim said, you don't want to light candles because we'll be outside and sing O Holy Night. And she still thought we should. And then Tracy joined in on Kathy's team, saying we should, and you said
joining in on Kathy's team. Thank you, Kathy, for saying that.
And my reasoning was I just want Kathy to win over Tim. That's actually really true. But we're going to light candles even at 2:00 on Christmas Eve.
Yay.
Which I don't think it's going to take away. I think it'll still be really special.
Yeah. You have birthday candles during the day when they have birthday parties.
That's for sure. Yeah, you wouldn't say to your children, I'm sorry that your party's in the daytime. No candles for you, kid. But your brother gets them because he's our favorite. Okay, this is not going where I wanted it to go, but yeah, one of the things about Christmas Eve I think about is the idea that, the shepherds were a part of Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I burst some people's bubbles the other day by saying the Magi were not, which they weren't. But the shepherds were, and it says they had exceeding great joy. And the angels said this is news of exceeding great joy.
Yeah.
And so much of what Christmas is about is exceeding great joy.
It is. Reminds me of the Charlie Brown show, and Linus repeats that whole verse, and I did the verses, and I just love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what is, I would say that one of the things in this season, I know some of you have been doing great during the COVID season, and you have to know if that's you, that other people have not been. We've been hearing some heartbreaks that affect us this last few days, and then we got put in lockdown and couldn't go see our grandkids and all of that. But we still get to be with our church family, and we still get to have that to look forward to, and I so look forward to it.
Yeah, I do too. And even online, I'm just so grateful because they have the texting and stuff like that. I love it that we can actually still be connected, even if you're not here in person. I love it.
By the way, you haven't decided yet. You may be online only, right?
I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But I would say this, that if you are watching online, and you should choose to watch a Christmas Eve service online, still have a candle there.
Yes.
Make sure you have don't you think so?
Yes, I'm going to have candles.
Oh.
I may do too.
I mean, yeah, I heard the word candles. Yeah. Pam's a candle glutton. So that's pretty fun. Yeah. But you know what? To even sit at home and to be watching and worshiping with the Crossroads family, you're still a part of what we're doing. And when it comes time to light the candles and do that. When we take communion, you should have communion there too. And take communion and just celebrate the Lord. You're still doing it with the family of God. And we get to be family together, which I think is super special, and we want to do that.
I agree.
Yeah. So a very different Christmas this year all the way around, right?
It is. It's a little sad, but because it's different, I don't know what to expect, so I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's so different that I'm excited.
Yeah, I think about that one passage. It says, though the land dwelt in darkness, it saw a great light.
Yes.
And you know what? In this season of COVID, I feel like there's been a lot of darkness, a lot of anger, a lot of hate, a lot of turmoil, a lot of division. And the light that shines up is Jesus, who hopefully draws us together in love and in joy and in peace and goodwill towards men. Remember, it says peace on earth, goodwill towards men. So how can we show goodwill even to people who disagree with us or have a different view than we have? I think is really important in this season.
It's a gift that we can give if we're not goodwilling.
Yeah.
We can actually, it's a gift we can give someone to love them, regardless of what they think or believe.
Yeah, so one time for Christmas, we got surprised because people stole our Christmas decorations for our Christmas tree. And our kids were little, right?
Our kids were little. I want to say they were probably first grade, second grade, but every year I would buy them an ornament, and some of them they made like in church, and so those were the precious memories to me. And they got stolen. The whole box of them got stolen, and that kind of broke my heart that year. Yeah.
So they're stolen, they're gone. We were a young married couple, no money. By the way, most of our early years, that would be our definition, no money. And so we didn't know what we were going to do. And then we got a surprise when we came to our doorstep, or came to our door.
We did. We had boxes of ornaments and festive and lights and ribbons and just fun things so that we could decorate our tree. It was so, our neighbors knew that I had lost all the ornaments and so wanted us to have a fun Christmas with the boys.
Yeah.
So that was probably, I don't remember what else we got that Christmas, but I do remember we got the ornaments, and that was life-giving to me.
Yeah, and the couple who did it, just so you know, was a couple who lived right across the way. We lived in a condominium, and they were a couple who had worked all their lives for the Salvation Army, fell in love, got married. That's how they met, and loved Jesus with all their heart. And they did not have that much money. I know that. But they were the most giving, caring, generous older couple who saw a young couple in need and decided to reach out, which made it even more special.
It was a special. I'll never forget that Christmas.
Yeah.
It was very special.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say, that, for years we have sometimes had opportunities and sometimes haven't. But, we always want to make sure we look for other people to make their Christmas as special as we can.
Yeah.
And sometimes it may not be a lot of money. It could be something just very significant in the moment.
Yeah, looking for that.
Yeah.
And searching for that.
So we want to say that no matter what, we've always looked forward to Christmas. Oh, what's that? Oh, Tracy, by the way, I love it. Tracy always helps us out here. Tracy said, don't forget that, you know what, you could give me a Christmas gift right now by liking our podcast and subscribing and writing a comment about how Pastor Chuck is your all-time favorite preacher, even though Tracy told me today very clearly that Pastor Stephen is her all-time favorite preacher. And she even said this. She said, there's a special anointing on Stephen when he preaches. And I thought, that's true. But Stephen, if you're listening, Tracy thinks you're the best preacher. Anyway, so I just having fun with that. Okay.
Tracy, you got to be careful what you say.
It lives on. It lives on. But seriously, and by the way, seriously, Pastor Stephen's a really amazing preacher and that we have.
He is.
But what I want to say is, what, we hope that you're going to have an incredible Christmas this year. It's a little different podcast. We're aiming for Dallas on Friday, but I hope that you discover what Pam and I have discovered, and that is there's seasons that we have more and seasons we have less. But you know what? It's not made any difference on Christmas Eve, what we've had. It's that God's had us and Jesus has had us. And there are times we did that as a young couple dating. You may do it single, by the way, even if you're single. You just come with your church family, because the church family is a constant. Isn't that right?
It is, and it's so needed. And so when you need the family, the church is there. It's amazing. Yes. Yeah,
I don't want to get morbid, but we've talked about the day that one of us may not be here. One of us may get to go to heaven ahead of the other one.
Yeah.
And Christmas Eve will still be special at that point. Well, it's for my mom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And when she was actually married, she was without my dad longer than she was married to him, which I think is pretty wild. Am I right? I think I am. I
don't
think so.
know.
We'll do the math later.
We'll do the math
It's pretty
later. I
sad
don't know.
math.
Like, I can't.
But she
I don't
still
know.
loved Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But what I guess I'm sorry I got off on that. But the bottom line is make sure you're with us on Christmas Eve. Make sure you're connected to the church.
Yeah.
Make sure you have an opportunity to let the church be your family. Because when you have, when you're a young couple, when you're a young married couple, when you're a young family, when you don't have kids, when you're single, no matter which side of that you're on, the church family is also another constant, coming together to worship the Lord and to say to you that you matter to God and that you have incredible value. So again, make sure that you get with us on Christmas Eve this year, every year, and we want to be a part of that. So Pam, thank you for being here.
So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. And hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.